Hello, I'm Kenna. Welcome to my channel. I went on a thrift book shopping spree the other day because I got let off of work after an hour, and I decided that the other 6 hours that I should have been working and getting money, I was just gonna go spend it on books. Yeah, that money that I was no longer gonna earn. So I went to Goodwill. I got 9 books, but at Goodwill, paperbacks are only 99 cents. And then if you get them with the sticker of the week, it's even less. And I got 2 with the sticker of the week. So literally my total was $7.34 for 9 books. That's less than an hour of work. I'm fine. Do you hear me trying to rationalize that? Do you hear me manipulating myself into believing myself that it was okay to go buy that much books? And here they are. The first book I got is The Woman Warrior by Maxine Hong Kingston. I saw it and it just looked really interesting. It's a memoir about this girl who grew up in California as a Chinese American in the 70s and before. So like really fun racist times. And it's about like her story and her parents and how difficult it was for her. And it is the winner of the National Book Critics Circle Award for nonfiction. Critically acclaimed. It just sounds really good, really interesting. The person before me annotated it. So I love that. That is so fun for me. I never get upset when I see writing in books. I get excited because then I get to see what other people's thoughts are too without having to talk to anybody about it. Because, you know, me and talking to people don't go together very well. The second book I got was The Secret Life of Bees by Sue Monk Kidd. And all of this is, by the way, just what I gather because I don't actually know because I haven't read them. But from what I gather, this is about a girl whose mother dies, and then from there on out, it's like all that she can think about, obviously for understandable reasons. And then this other woman like steps in to sort of be a mother figure for her, and her like stand-in mother insults the 3 biggest racists in town, and she's black, and the main character Lily is like, we're in danger, we should move. And so they do, and they find this trio of sisters who are beekeepers, and they're introduced to the mesmerizing world of bees and honey and the Black Madonna. So it sounds like it's going to be interesting. It sounds like it's going to be good. It's not too long. So Hamlet by Guess. I got the No Fear Shakespeare because I can't read Shakespeare very well. I can read like 3 or 4 lines of a monologue and then be like, okay, wait, I'm lost. So perfect. No, and I haven't read Hamlet yet. I love Macbeth. Macbeth was so good. I have it. And oh, I also have Othello. I didn't like Othello as much as Macbeth. Now I want to read Hamlet. And I'm not much of a Shakespeare gal, but I feel like it's kind of a staple in the literary world. I feel like I'm going to have to read it at some point or the other, so. All right, then I got It Happens in the Hamptons by Holly Peterson. This sounds so interesting. It's basically about this girl, and she has a young son. Wait, what's her name? Katie. And she has this young son, and she gets this new boyfriend named George. And he is like from rich Hamptons. And so he's like, why don't you come stay with me for the summer and we can hang out and you can see how rich I am. And she's like, oh, okay. It's like, why wouldn't you go stay in Hamptons? And then in the Hamptons. So then she gets into this elite class world with scandal and affairs and intrigue and money, you know. But she also meets there's another section of Hamptons, the working class that live there year round. Imagine the Outer Banks show. And she meets this working class guy and she's like, oh, what? Working? This is so interesting. Anyway, so it just sounds like it'll be fun. It's about like class war and that sort of stuff. Then I got The Devil Wears Prada by Lauren Weisberger. I got this actually because it's Michael Scott's favorite movie, and I want to read it first before I watch the movie. And I saw it and I was like, perfect. That's literally, Michael Scott is one of the main characters from The Office, if you don't watch The Office. Then I got Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. And I don't actually know what this is about. I think it's a dystopian about the world that we're headed towards if we don't, if we're not careful. I don't know why that was so hard for me to get out. The cashier was like, prepare yourself. And I was like, okay. I was like, I haven't read it. Like, I don't even know what it's about. And he was like, prepare yourself. I was like, you're making me nervous. I was like, why are you saying these things? So I'm nervous to read it now. Like, am I gonna sob? Am I gonna cry my eyes out? Like, I don't know. It's stressing me out now. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7th book I got is Selected Canterbury Tales by Geoffrey Chaucer. And the ones in here, I've read 1, 2, 3, 4 of them because I took a, you know, this time period English class, literature class. And I had to read them in Middle English. And then I was flipping through this and I was like, oh my gosh, it's normal words. I got so excited because before I would read it in Old English and have no idea what was happening. So then I would have to go like find a analysis of it and then reread the old. Don't have to do that anymore. I could finally understand and see if there's a reason why they're so popular. Except for the fact that they're probably one of the only biggest surviving pieces of literature at the time. I have no idea what makes one author more popular than the other in like the old times. Like what made them qualify as a good author in the old times versus others. Like, I don't know. I guess I wasn't around back then, so I guess I'll never know. That's how I feel about poets. How do we decide what is good poetry? I don't get it. I don't know how we decide what's good poetry, what's bad poetry, what's famous poetry, what's not. Like, he was a great poet, and then you read his lines and I'm like, okay, but like I feel like most people could have written this. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't get what makes a good poet. I don't. If anyone has insight, let me know. Sorry that was like this rant, but Tender is the Night by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I wasn't a huge fan of The Great Gatsby when I read it in high school, but that was high school and I was an idiot. So I want to try Tender is the Night, and I have this beautiful, beautiful copy that I got for Christmas from my mommy, and it's, yeah, the Barnes & Noble classic, gorgeous. Tender is the Night is in it. And I like to read everything I have, but in the Barnes & Noble classics, I don't like to read them because they're so tiny print. It's just too much for me. And I don't want to tab them because they're too pretty. You know, I don't want to mess with them. Those are my pretty shelf books. And then I have the, like, ready to get beaten up books. And that's this. And I'm excited to read it because he does have a great way of writing. So, and finally, I got Inferno by Dan Brown. I read the Da Vinci Code and it was really good. I really enjoyed it. It was like such insight. I was like raised Catholic, but I was reading it and I was like it was good. It was very good, very entrancing. So I got Inferno, and it's a cute little mass market paperback. I love reading mass market paperbacks because it's so like, I don't know. I don't know what that just showed, but I just love reading mass market paperbacks. I think they're so fun. And I just don't really like a lot of mass market paperbacks because they're mass market paperback for a reason and not in a good reason. Not a good reason. Not in a good way. Hopefully this is mass market paperback in a good way. Okay. That's basically it. If I had to guess out of this fun little haul, if I had to guess which one I thought was going to be 5 stars, probably The Woman Warrior or Tender is the Night. Those are my 5-star predictions because people do that. And I think it's so interesting to see like what they predict versus what they actually get. So I think Tender is the Night and The Woman Warrior are 5 stars. And I guess we'll see. Thank you for watching. And if you have any more recommendations of books I should read, I'm always open to recommendations because I get stuck very easily. See, so sometimes when I make the heart, it doesn't actually look like a good heart. So like I'm trying to make it pretty. It's good enough.